Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, and happy Saturday to you. Today I'm going to talk with you about surrounding yourself with greatness. Now, every time I talk about that in my speeches, I hear people say, well, Dwayne, I know that sounds great, but how in the world do you surround yourself with greatness? Well, I'm going to do at least a 3-part series on how to surround yourself with greatness. Good morning, Shannon. I hope you're doing well today. So I'm going to talk briefly today in a 3-part series about how to surround yourself with greatness. It's too much to do in one take, so I thought I'd break it up into 3 different tries. Now, the thing I'm going to ask you to do on a Saturday is I need you to do some work around your house. Now, I know what some of you may be thinking is, really? I tuned into this. Dwayne, did that sound as stupid coming out of your mouth as it did when you thought it up in your head? So anyway, yes, I'm going to ask you to do some things around your house today. And what it is, it's a way to surround yourself with greatness. I am going to, that's funny, Shannon. I'm going to teach you some of the things that I have done and that I continue to do in my environment to surround myself with greatness. So for a little bit of this, I'll just, fortunately for you, I'll turn the camera away from me to show you some of the things that I do. And I don't expect you to do all of these. I just want you to get started with some of these ideas. And many of you have them in your house. Shannon, I know you're one of them because I did a post on a sign that's in your house about believe in yourself, believe in success. So that's the things I'm talking about. All of us have in our homes some little cute sayings, some things that had some deep meaning to us at one time or another. And we kind of forget about them. We put them up on the wall and then they just blend in. And what recently happened to us was we had on our fridge, we used to have tons of those and magnets that, hey, Kelly, it's good to see you. Thanks for all the messages. We've been chatting back and forth. You're incredible. I'm lucky to have you as a friend. But we had too much. Our fridge got too cluttery. And those positive affirmations and sayings that we had on there just kind of blended in. So I'm going to go through and just show you some of the things that I do and teach you how to surround yourself with greatness. And remember, this is going to at least be a 3-part series. So that'll keep a commercial, hopefully, for you to tune in. So like I said, for the benefit of you, I'm going to turn this away from my face so that I can show you what I do. I am big into the vision boards and the goal setting and that type of stuff. This is one of them that I'm actually just going to be putting together, and it's a Jack Canfield. Many of you know him as the Chicken Soup for the Soul guy. So what you do is you just take some of these words that have significance or meanings to you, and it comes with just a great amount of it, but what it'll end up on is 2 boards right here with these sayings on them, little affirmations, photos that are of your goals, and those type of things. So while you're listening, I want you to just take a peek at some of those words. Those words by themselves are very powerful to keep in front of you. Now, what I'm switching from is I used to do the vision book, and this again, I got too overwhelmed with it. But one of the things I did was I put places I wanted to go, things I wanted to do, and this was a New York City thing that we actually got to accomplish in 2007. I put we used to have vehicle payments. We don't anymore because of the Dave Ramsey principles, but I wanted to pay this off in my truck off. So I put that as a goal, just took it as a picture out in the driveway. Another silly thing, some of these are silly, but trust me, they work. I took one of my bank statements and I wrote in there the amount that I wanted to have in there, not what the bank told me I had. And actually, that's come true as well. I'm a little bit of a hunter, especially a little bit in South Dakota because I can never draw a tag. So some of those things were significant to me. These are, again, trips that we've wanted to take, people that are, this guy right there back, his name is Darren LaCroix. He is the one who challenged me to this 90-day challenge on doing these posts for 90 days. I still have a dream of becoming a world champion speaker, so I had myself photoshopped in their series of lineups. So anyway, that's just another idea of the goal books. Something that Jim Rohn taught me a long time ago. Haven't done this for years, but I used to do it when I was paying off my student loan. What we used to do was, here's just an ordinary everyday window mail bill that all of us get. And he said, try this sometime. He said, send a note with your bill that says, it is with great pleasure I am able to send you this money. And there's the note right there. Like I said, I used to do that with my student loans. I am sure, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that that would blow people away when they open that and see someone that's grateful to be able to send their bills. This is another thing I love this saying. It's by Rich DeVos. It's believe and succeed. The only thing that stands between a person and what they want from life is merely the will to try it and the faith to believe that it's possible. And trust me, I'm going through a lot of that growth right now with all of this Facebook stuff. Here's one of the things we had on my fridge. Doesn't mean anything to you. It's a friend of mine created these, and we talked about living with no regrets. So every time I saw that, I remembered to not live with regrets, because that came from a time when I was commuting 208 miles a day from Yellowstone Park into Manhattan, Montana, and was deciding to come home to be a dad. And we talked about that there would never be any regrets in my life. If something was to happen to me or the kids or Nancy, we would never regret that, coming home and being a dad. And obviously, to the most casual observer, never look back on that. These are two things I wrote down that my kids do. I've told you about some of them. One of them, Blake, he keeps this as his screensaver. So he sees it every time he turns on his phone and his computer. It says, keep going, I got you, God. My other son out in Montana has the bottom one written in his speedometer, and it's real colorful, laminated. It says, if God will bring you to it, he'll bring you through it. So all of these are partly, again, if you've just tuned in, of surrounding yourself with greatness. I've had this one on my vision board for a lot of years. It's a little medallion that says whatever it takes. And what that means is that whatever it takes means hard work, focused energy, drive, and enthusiasm. It doesn't mean trampling over the top of other people to get to where you want to go. This, anyone that knows me knows that this has tremendous value to me. This is one of those no regret things. This is one of those things that puts your whole life into perspective. And I've never changed the photo out of this, because that's the age they were when this started. I've told many of you before that one of the greatest things I'll ever do in my life is to be a dad. And it started from keeping visions like this in front of me. So it says 100 years from now, it'll not matter what my bank account was, the sort of house I lived in, or what kind of car that I drove. But the world may be different because I was important in the life of a child. And any of you that are parents, you know that that's really where it's at. This one came from a seminar that I went to, and he was an amazing speaker. He's played at Carnegie Hall several times, and I would keep this near my my razor in that, because in there it just means what if. Instead of all of us a lot of times focus on, well, geez, yeah, I'm scared, like me, this Facebook thing, I don't know if it'll work, I don't know how to do it, yada, yada. Instead of focusing on that, you turn it to say, well, what if? What if it does work? What if I can do this? What benefits will bring? So it's just another key word, just like these ones over here, of keep that in front of you. In 2010, I had a good friend get me a little devotional. Still read that every day. If you missed this, tune in to, you got to go back to my very first post, which was Thanksgiving Day. I had 2,500 views on this gratitude journal. It's titled, This Will Change Your Life. This is the beginning of my 8th year of starting this gratitude journal, and I'm telling you, it will change your life. Go back and watch day 1. So, Cody, I see you just turned in. There you are, you little fart. My golly, love you, and thanks for watching. The other thing, coffee cups have significant meaning to me. This one here says trust, and it's by a program that I was teaching, and this one happens to be a spiritual one. But I'm telling you, surround yourself with greatness, because this stuff will make a huge impact on you. It's just like the gratitude journal when I talked. It won't keep bad things from happening to you. I mean, crap still happens to me almost every single day, but it sure gives you the strength and the power to move through that. It keeps you focused on what's important in your life and who's important in your life. I can't stress this enough. So the housework I told you needed to do today, for those of you that tuned in late, and you thought, Dwayne, that really sounds stupid. Now you know what it's all about. Many of you already have this in your home. Dust those suckers off. Go actually read the things that are on your wall. It's like when you see me post downstairs, I have the risk poster behind me. And tomorrow I'll do the other post from downstairs, because it has significant value of what goes on around there. Give this a try. Put those things in your speedometer like my kids do. Use them as screensavers. Surround yourself with greatness. Love you all, and we'll talk to you tomorrow for part 2, Surround Yourself with Greatness.